Hi guys, Jess here from the Scrappy Sisters. So today I am creating a layout that uses a cutout heading. So if you have a silhouette or a circuit or something like that, you will be able to do this super duper easy and it'll be like second nature to you. But I do not have one of those things. And so I cut it out using a Stanley knife. So I'm just showing you what I would do to create this heading myself. So I've just got out my laptop and I'm working out what kind of font I want, and obviously I could go super like fancy font, but I'm the one that's going to have to cut it out. So I've gone for quite a basic, simple, straight line font, so it's easier for cutting out with the Stanley knife. And I'm just tracing it straight off the screen. Because the screen is backlit, it makes it easy to see through it, and I'm not pressing hard, so I'm not dinting my screen or anything like that. And once I've traced that with the grey lead, I then get started on cutting it out with the Stanley knife. So you can see there I've traced 3 words, and I think I only cut out 1 letter with you just to show you what I do and how I do it. And then obviously you get the idea, it's time for cutting out. So it did take a little bit of time, not as long as I thought it might, but because I did fairly straightforward, straight cut letters, it was actually relatively easy. And I used the Stanley knife for all the letters and I kept them all. So if I want to use any of those words again, I can decorate them because they're just white and use them again if I so desire later on down the track. So I was really happy with how relatively easy it was to cut these out. Obviously I'm recording the very first letter and that always takes you the longest because you're just getting your groove and working out how to do it, but once you get going it's quite easy. So now I'm just covering the back parts in glue, and it doesn't have to be glue, it could have been double-sided tape, but I thought that would be a bit too fiddly, so I chose to do glue because I really wanted to get all close to the letters really stuck down, and I chose to stick it on the page wonky. I decided later that I actually don't like that and I wish I had stuck it down straight, but I deliberately went wonky because this was, crazy and silly, but I know myself. I really should have just done it straight because I'm a little bit anal retentive that way and I like things to be in order. But anyway, it's down now. Can't change it. And so I'm actually using a piece of paper that I'd found quite difficult to use. It wasn't my colours with the neon there, and the black was quite dark. So I'd actually been finding it quite a challenge to cut it up or to use it or to do something with. And then when I found these photos, and as you can see, they're a picture of me sitting in a little cup of resin flowers. Katie and I were FaceTiming, and so that she could use both her hands, she stuck me down in this little cup of flowers. And they're actually, the way she'd sorted them, they're the colours that were black, white and grey. So it actually worked really, really well to have so much black going on in this layout, so that was perfect. So this is using bits and pieces of my Kitaholic kits. The embellishment packs there that I'm using are from February, but I think this black piece of paper is from January. I'm trying to use up bits and pieces that I had left, so I'm using a lot of the labels that come in our exclusive cut apart sheets. I don't use the labels all that often because I don't like my handwriting, so I don't put them on the pocket pages that I do or anything like that because, I'm just not a fan of my handwriting. So I'm trying to see if I can use those to just add a little bit of pop and a little bit of interest behind the pictures and things there. And this this layout is actually from February, so I am using a couple of the labels that are specific to February, but it's nothing to do with Valentine's Day. So I've removed any of the ones that are Valentine's-y because that's of no help to me. So yeah, just once I have these all laid out, it was a pretty simple layout. I kind of let the title, Crazy FaceTime Selfies, do the majority of the talking, the majority of the work in this layout, because I just thought that paper was busy enough, and then with 3 photos as well. And then I just do heaps of layering with those labels down underneath the photos, and just pick 1 or 2 sort of statement ephemera to stand out. And I try and keep it quite consistent. So I've got a label on the bottom photo on the top left, and I do exactly the same in the middle photo on the top right. So just trying to match it all up and have it really mirroring each other and really consistent. And I really liked the way that turned out and how that looked. So just having a bit of a fiddle. I'm sure you guys are similar in that you get a basic idea of what you want it to look like in your head, and then you've just got to play with what you've got and see what you can make fit. I will often spend a lot of my spare time trolling Pinterest just for ideas, and you remember one, or you might even have the picture in front of you to scrap lift, but you remember one that you like, but of course you don't have it exactly. You don't have that exact collection, or you don't have all the exact items that they've got. So even though you're scrap lifting someone, you've still got to make what you have work. So in this particular piece, I decided that I was using this collection from February kit, all my leftover bits that I hadn't used yet. This wasn't a lovey-dovey piece, so I didn't want any of the love hearts and the February 14th stuff. So it was really just about making what I've got here work. No idea what I'm doing at this moment. Oh, I think I was getting some washi tape, maybe. Oh, who knows? Crazy. I think I'm just about done. Oh, that's what I was doing. I went and got my wood veneer because I decided some wood veneer might look cool on this, just to add something else to the layout. But of course you can't just have one, because one doesn't work quite right. You need to have a couple to tie, because if I'm adding wood veneer, I want it to sort of tie in a little. But yeah, once I lay these down where I want them, I think I glue them off screen because I don't change it. So they're all stuck down now and ready to go. And so now I'm just going to do a little bit of Heidi Shine in gold and some enamel dots. And the layout is basically finished. I started off just putting one enamel dot around, and I can never do things in singles. So then I go back and add a second one with a little love heart because I thought that was super cute. And yeah, I'm going to cover up the photos in just a sec so I don't get any Heidi Shine splashes, because I'm pretty dodgy. I usually splash my face and then I get annoyed because I've splashed right in the middle of the photo. And away we go. Just in case you're wondering, if you're new to the world of Heidi Shine, I was checking the bottom of the tub as I was shaking it to make sure that all of the gold shininess had dispersed around and had been spread equally around the bottle, so that when I splashed it out, it would be sparkly and shiny. So yeah, this is my layout, guys. I really hope you like it. Enjoy listening and watching, and stay tuned for more videos coming up shortly. Thanks very much, and I will catch you next time. Bye everyone. I had more photos than I thought, so it is still continuing on. And I thought, how boring to just sit there and listen to nothing. And I couldn't be bothered adding music for the last 10 seconds of the layout, so I'm now just talking randomly. Bye everyone!